Hi my YouTube family, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. I thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to have a wonderful time together. Hi, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Please welcome to Home Garden and Fashion. I hope all of you are doing awesome. In today's video, I'm going to talk about uses and benefits of wearing gold and silver. As we all know, gold and silver, these two are very precious metal, and it's been used for thousands and thousands of years. Now anything we see being used, we need to go back 2 years behind and see what exactly it was used for and who it was used by. So if we see that, we see the kings and queens and royals and rich people, and first beginning with the god and goddesses wore a lot of gold and silver, mainly gold throughout their body. So the gold is for the highest vibration, and then comes the silver. Now here we are not talking about just the color, we're talking about the gold and the silver as a precious metal and what they can do to us. So gold being the highest in the rank for years and years, so is the silver. Now, these are not just something you invest your money and buy. This has significant importance in our life, and that's why you see the god and goddesses picture, they were wearing these. Now, even when there was no money, people wore these and they exchanged for certain things. So this gold and silver worn by the god and goddesses to fix certain organs and diseases related to those organs. So when you wear gold or silver, they maintain proper blood circulation to our body. Now different organ is associated with different body parts. So when you wear in that certain body parts the jewelry, that correlates with the same organ. So let's start from the head. As in Indian wedding, we put our hair in a bun or a long beautiful hair done, and on that we wore a lot of beautiful pins, and those pins were usually silver or gold. Now these pins, where they touch the hair, those points touch the head, those points, they put a constant pressure. And by doing this, if you go back, way back, you would never find in India a rich person who had this gold and silver jewelry accessible, had in their possession, had Alzheimer or any brain disorder. You would not find that. Even if you search with a flashlight, you would not find that, because on those head acupressure point, those jewelries were constantly pressing. Now a woman would get up, for I am talking about these are for very rich families. The woman would get up, and first thing she will do is do her hair. And when she did her hair, depending on her culture, some cultures like Bengalis, they used to put sindoor. Sindoor is a powdered thing which is red, and it's a powder, and it had mercury in it, little bit of mercury in it, and they would put that on their parting, the red color, and this kept their head balanced throughout their life. Now, I'm not suggesting this one for anybody. I'm just saying this is just a video, just an informative video to say that what cultures have done and what the things they used and how they stayed healthy. So they did that for years till death, and they were all fine and dandy, never had any problem or any Alzheimer or anything. And then they would put those pins in their hair and they would put their hair in a bun. So those pins constantly gave acupressure to those specific points in the head, and their heads were really good till the death. And then they will wear a jewelry on the parting called mantika. This mantika is a long jewelry and then circular portion at the front on the forehead, and this kept their brain nice, cool, nice, and it attracted their partner and kept a love relationship in good condition. So this did many good things for them by putting these pins on their hair and wearing a mantika. And then there were several jewelries which used to come out from the mantika, and so like covering the entire head region. And these jewelries used to be made of gold and silver, so entire head region had wonderful blood circulation due to this jewelry, and they used to be pretty heavy too. And then we come down to the ears. Now from the childhood, from the birth, a little girl, as soon as little girl was born, some religion did this for boys as well, but I'm speaking about most of the religions which didn't do for the boys. But if you see the god and goddesses, the boys also wore earring. So the female little girls, they would make the ceremony where they will have ear piercing at the age of 6 months, and from that point, a female wore earring till death, till she chose not to wear it anymore. Now, by wearing earring, it put constant pressure on their ears. Now, what it did is it kept their memory top notch by putting constant pressure on the earlobe. And then, what other things it did is it kept their female organs in top notch condition. It kept their menstrual cycle in top-notch condition, and it kept all the female organ related diseases at the bay. And during menstruation time, the women did not have as much pain and discomfort as they have now. Mainly, all this pain and discomfort they have today and all the diseases is 100% related to most of the women not wearing a gold jewelry in their ear. And if I say it's 80% or 50%, then I will contribute the last 50% to the today's pads and sanitary napkins and cups uses of all those. Back in the days, many years ago, women did not use these things since they stayed home most of the time, raised children. They use cloth, cotton cloth. So they will fold this cotton cloth in many folds and fresh new cotton cloth. And they used to have a chain or a thread in their stomach region which will be tied by the time they are 14 and 15, and they will use that to tie their cotton cloth to it, and then they will wear that cotton cloth, changing it often every 3-4 hours as needed for next 4 to 5 days. And they had literally zero problem with their female organs or menstruation or pain or discomfort or need to use medication. None of those. As we progress to women going outside working and everybody is concerned about making money and business, then all the female related diseases came as women took off all their jewelries and replaced them with fake metals and bad metals and plastics. So the gold and silver, they attract positive vibe and positive energy. and they repel any kind of negativity or negative energy. So since we started wearing all the plastic and useless metals which has no use for our body, or to a higher amount they does damage to our organs, we started wearing those. So now we are, so if we want to be totally healthy and we want to have happiness, love, prosperity, abundance, money, all these things, we need to go back and see what was that done thousands of years ago, and what kept human being to functioning at the optimum level, and then we need to compare it to today's and see what we have done that our life has reached to this point. So we will see it was done by us, by changing everything, and simply for the sake of money, and simply for the sake of changes. Actually the business people who are doing the business benefited, and we as a consumer had lost our health and everything else. So as we see that from the ear we come down to the neck. So neck reason they wear necklaces. Now these necklaces put constant pressure on the neck reason, and that kept good all the organs associated and the glands associated to the neck region. As I said previously, that gold and silver attracts energy and good energy and expels the bad energy. So by wearing these metals we attract good energy, expel bad one, and also it gives the constant acupressure. So by wearing it neck lesion, we kept our thyroid gland functioning properly, and all the other glands which are in the neck region functioning at the optimum level. Now same thing goes for our heart, because since by wearing these metals our blood circulation is really good, we will keep any blood related disorders at the bay, and also we will keep any blood related diseases at the bay, or anything with heart or blood pressure related diseases. Now we come down to bangle, and I talked about bangle, how important they are for female organ circulatory system and for the bones, so they keep those things really healthy and good. And after that we come down to the pelvic region. As I mentioned, the woman used to wear a chain, and this was a jewelry made of gold or silver. Now below the pelvic region we don't wear gold. Gold we wear above the pelvic region. So as it came down to below the pelvic region, we wear silver. So they would wear something silver in their pelvic region, and they had a big keyring hanging on it with all the keys of the house, and this had charms which will jingle, and this jingling has a serious effect of attracting wealth, abundance, prosperity, and repelling all negativity and negative things. And then after that we come down to the ankle. An ankle also wore by god and goddesses, gold, but in regular people was silver. God and goddesses were the highest vibration. Now remember, gold attracts to the highest vibration. Then below the pelvic region we would wear silver as a human being, but god and goddesses were allowed to wear the gold. So anklet always made out of silver, and it has many dangling bells, and these bells also made the vibration and noise which attracted only good vibration, good souls, repel the negative and the evil. And these anklets give such pressure to our ankle. They used to be heavy, give pressure to our ankle, that it kept all the organs functioning at their optimum levels above the ankle, which is all female organs, our knees, our hip joint, our all the big bones. So everything was functioning good. The blood circulation was really good on that area. Now we come down to all our toes, and they were the toe ring for especially two big toes, and these made the blood circulation on that optimum, and they kept many of our organs good related to those organs, related to those regions. And also they are not just related to organs and those body parts or those associated organs, but also they are connected to the planets. So as we were different rings in our different fingers and our toes, they fixes those organs plus they fixes those planet related problems. So wearing a lot of rings and wearing a lot of finger rings and toe rings had significant benefits and kept their health good. And now on our ring finger we always wear two rings for wedding rings, and this kept our love life good, connected with our partner. And then the rest of the fingers were associated with different planets, and we wear different ring on those fingers and those toes, and they also kept our body going good. So as you see, thousands of years ago, a woman or a man wear jewelry from head to toe, and they were all worn due to having our body function at the optimum level. Now today's world, everybody is going outside, going work, they cannot wear like this, so they took off everything, but in return what we receive is our body is not functioning that way anymore, lots of diseases. So those days we had almost one or two or zero doctors, but now what we have is one or two jewelry but millions of doctors everywhere, because our bodies are not functioning good. So putting pressure to those acupressure point was the main thing, for main job of those jewelers. Also keeping all the circulatory system good was the main job. So this was today's video, and I hope you like it, and I hope I given you some knowledge why we wore all this jewelry and use this jewelry in our life. And another thing is, besides jewelry, some other things were very significant and very important in our life. Like as we use metal furniture now, most of the metal furniture, because they're cheaper, but thousands of years ago it was all wood. Now wood connects us with nature. By having all woods, our life was really good because it's connected us with nature. But by having all metal, everything metal in our house, we are missing the wood element, so connecting with the nature. So previously no one actually slept unless it was wooden bed or wooden floor, so people slept on the wooden floor or wooden bed, so they were connected with the nature, with the wood, solid 8 to 10 hours. And then they sat on wooden chair, and then they used wooden pen, pencil, so they were pretty much connected throughout the day with nature. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you with many more, share many more knowledges. Thank you. Bye bye. Sweet dreams. Hi, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video. Thank you. May God bless you all.